Welcome to Happy Foot, Sad Foot, the only LAFC podcast full of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful listeners. Everyone else's podcast is full of only uglies. What a fucking game. Welcome. And I know other people's podcasts are not full of uglies. I just got to say that right off the bat before people get mad at us. What an incredible game. I'm going to add Darren to the stage. Darren is at Christmas Tree Lane. How's it going, Darren?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
Oh my God. This is a game. We're doing
What a
shalala
fucking
in
game,
there.
huh? We got an active chat. Yes, Jeffrey, I still have that cold. And Darren, let me say right off the bat, the Venmo is on its way. The first ever
goodness.
bet it and forget it cashing has happened. I believe we said $90 this week. Is that correct?
I thought it was 80. Was it 80 or 90? I don't know.
Okay.
There's a lot of episodes. They all blur together.
We'll double check, but
We'll
I will
figure it
send
out.
it to you when we do the preview
my
episode.
God.
We'll do it live on the air. I'll Venmo you.
Yeah. We'll do it live.
We'll do a ceremony. I'll
most
make a little song.
anticlimactic. Yeah. The most anticlimactic thing is like watch someone get something sent on phone to another person.
So if you're in the chat, just letting you know, you can join us by clicking that link if you want to come on. We have a friend in the waiting room already. And before he comes on, I just want to say a couple of my first happy foot of the game is going to be obvious. I'm going to take it away from all of us, which is that Denis Bouanga is the best player in Major League Soccer, and it's not even fucking close. He is so good. He looks so much better than every other player on the field.
Is that something you can tell on TV? That it felt to me. This is my first time I've gotten to see a game at the stadium this year, and it was like astounding to me how much on a different level he seemed to be playing. Like it felt like he was playing a video game, and everyone else was like the computer in the game.
He's just in a different. He's in a different gear. Like he was
straight up pushing. He was pushing the goal button whenever he felt like it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about sad foots yet. Maybe we'll do it at the end. But that's like, what a fucking good vibe to go through. 2 back-to-back 3-0 games, 5 goals in 4 days for Denis Bouanga.
Yeah, that was unreal. Yeah, he doesn't have a first or second gear.
We got some comments. Andrew Bauer says first remote post-game show, not in a car, which kudos to you, Darren, keeping it safe.
Yeah, my whole family's out of town this weekend. I don't have access to a car. Otherwise, I would have risked my life.
Right. You would have chugged those beers and talked live on the live stream.
It's good to not only risk your life, but to also have record of it.
Yes.
That's what we try to do here on the pod.
If you're going to drive drunk and die, you want to make sure that there's absolutely no chance your family can have any money from the insurance company.
Yeah, and you want it to be live streamed so it can just like traumatize as many people as possible.
Spencer Porter says happy foot is Travis's hair. Spencer, you know you're a beautiful man. But like I said at the top, a podcast only for beautiful people. If you're ugly, you're not allowed to listen to Happy Foot, Sad Foot. I'm going to let my friend Yoni on really quick. We're bringing him to the stage. Yoni.
Voila!
Yoni Lotan, friend of the foot. How's it going?
What's up, footheads?
Live from the East Coast.
Live from New York City.
Full disclosure, I did not see the game. but a hat trick? Golly, you love it. I want to come up with we should come up with a fun nickname for the guy.
Bouanga?
Like a Bouanga blast. Like it's a Bouanga blast.
So we got a lot of traction this week online for a song that we want to do, which is sing the song Tequila build up, and then instead of saying tequila, you yell Bouanga. I feel like that's a good song. How you feeling about that, Yoni?
I think that works. So you want to bring it to the games?
Yeah.
That's great. Like you know how like a Bouangian blast, like a
Bouango.
Yeah.
A Bouango.
Bouango. So far, Yoni, you're naming like fruit drinks. You're naming like
Yeah, now I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
like flavors of high
I want
tea.
an aqua fresca. If you're in the chat and you want to give us some happy and sad foots, let us know. Yoni,
Right,
as someone who didn't watch the game, do you have a happy foot or a sad foot?
Well, I mean, again, like my happy foot, I guess, would be for the fact that, I mean, like how is Austin? Is Austin good? Like,
So they're supposed to be good, and they've been fucking bad.
so there we fucking go. Let's fucking.
Well, I will say, just from a watching on TV standpoint, we didn't have possession a lot of the game. It didn't seem like as big of a blowout as it ended up being. Like it didn't feel like we were in control of that game to start. Darren, what do you think?
To be honest, it felt like it was a little back and forth at the start, but we started. There was an energy that we started with that made me feel fine about it. It
Yeah.
felt like everything was under control, even though it wasn't going necessarily completely to plan. But it kind of felt like it was a foregone conclusion that at some point we'd break down the walls and everything would be fine.
Okay, this is a big moment in Happy Foot, Sad Foot history. Rancho is going to join us, and we're going to have 4 callers on the line.
Uh-oh.
Let's see just how bad we can make the audio quality of this podcast. Rancho, welcome to the show.
Yo, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Hi,
How's it
Rancho.
What's up, Rancho?
Hey, Yoni, I like your name because that's actually really close to my name, which is Yoni. So I can remember that.
Okay,
I can remember
Yoni.
that name.
Yoni and
Yoni.
Blast.
Yeah, no, I wrote that down. I changed my happy foot to definitely the Bouanga Blast. I definitely think that's going to be it for
A
me.
Bouanga
for sure.
Blast.
The happy foot of the game was Yoni, a person who didn't see the game, coming up with a nickname
Yes.
for.
Everyone who joins the live stream gets a high C flavor now.
Yes, this is great. No, for sure.
Rancho, you said last week you were going to take notes and join the podcast. Did
I
you
did.
take notes?
Oh, I have like a little book. I
Hell
have
yeah.
Look at that.
Pages.
Right.
Look at that.
Most
Oh my
of it
God.
was-
This is good because eventually Darren and I will have to not do work anymore, and Rancho will do all the work for the podcast.
I just get your analytics done. I mean, mostly is just how I guess this ties into my sad foot, but a lot of it is just me being mad at Cifuentes mostly.
Yes. Okay.
Oh wow.
Are we gonna
I'm
talk
not ready
about
for
it?
sad feet. I'm not ready for
Okay,
sad feet.
you're right.
Are we doing this?
Oh no, Rancho brought it up. The seal is broken. Jose Cifuentes' body language was atrocious all game. He seemed like he did not want to be there. It's clear that his head is not with this team. He was our second, maybe second best player last year, I would say. He was all MLS, and I mean, he was. I don't know. He felt good to me last year, but it doesn't seem like we need him anymore. Why? What'd you see, Rancho? Tell me what's in the moleskin.
No, yeah, no. Honestly, I just felt like a lot of rust because this is his first game back after a while or so. No, but no, just a lot of missed shots, missed passes. I just felt like his placement on the ball, whether he was in front of or behind it, it just didn't feel right and just was, less than ideal. But in a game where we got the Bouanga Blasts, it's hard to complain, really.
Yeah, it was very watching him. I was like, every single choice he made was a little bit wrong. Does that make sense?
Just slightly.
Same with Stipe Buke. Darren, I'm going to mute you when you're not talking because you have some background noise, just so you know.
Yeah, it just asked me. It just said that you wanted me to unmute, so I let it. But you should mute me.
Okay, I'm muting you. The other sad foot again for me is Stipe Buke does everything right except the last fucking touch on the ball, which is just like a disaster. Yoni, what do you think about Stipe Buke?
Any good flavors this one?
Yeah, I'm thinking like a
Buke puke.
He buked. And how do you pronounce his first name?
Stipe, but he's the Michael Stipe of MLS.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
his nickname.
Stipe.
Everyone's calling him that, Yoni. The fans can't stop calling him that.
Yeah, that's me in the corner, crying. Whatever. I didn't see the game.
Jeffrey Steck in the comments says the second and third goals were things of beauty. The first goal was a gift from Austin. Was the first goal the one from what was the first goal? I'm trying to remember.
The first goal, Bouanga got the ball at the top of the box and then just put it in the net. It was just like, he got a pass, turn, and was just like, I guess I'll score now, and he scored.
Oh yeah, the second goal was the goal of the week by far, which was it was off a volley, on a corner kick, which was just and hit so fucking hard into the back of the net. Was truly like beautiful to watch. And the third one,
what I love about that goal?
Touch at a little angle.
I love that second goal because like 1 or 2 minutes right before that, Tillman launched a rocket just wide of the net.
Yeah.
That I loved, and it would have been a happy foot on its own, just seeing that happen from him. But then a couple minutes later, it was great for Bouanga to be like, "Oh, is this what you were trying to do? Here, do it like this." He was like teaching his teammate. It was adorable.
Yoni, you seem like you really want to say something.
Well, I'm at my mom's place, and she just told me that there's cake.
Wow. Hey.
So bring your mom on the podcast. Well, I don't get what you're saying. Do you?
Happy foot, happy stomach.
Happy foot. Tell us how the cake is. Come back and let us know.
Okay, I'll let you know. I'll text you. But I just want to say that I Wikipedia'd Stipe Buke, and he's from a town called Split, Croatia. He's from Split, Croatia. So
okay.
Well, Yoni, next game you have to take notes, and then I'll just not watch. And
you just don't watch the game, and then come on, and then be like, how do you pronounce Stipe?
Yeah, exactly.
I just want everyone to know Yoni's a good friend of me and Darren's, and Yoni texted us like 5 hours ago, like, I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna call it.
and then they texted me the link for the thing, and I responded with, "Oh fuck, I didn't watch the game." I'm at my mom's house. We were playing code names. What are you gonna do?
I mean,
Yoni, go eat cake.
You're batting at 50, so that's not bad.
Go LAFC. Bouanga Blast. Laters.
Love you, Yoni.
Love you too, guys.
Bye. Andrew Bauer points out that Taylor Twellman couldn't stop calling Stipe Buke B-Rod. I feel like B-Rod is now the go-to insult, which I feel good about because I hate B-Rod, but like it very much feels like anytime someone doesn't score when they're supposed to and they're on LAFC, people are like, another Brian Rodriguez.
I mean, that's asking for a lot. But hey, I got a question though.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the Jakupovic, I guess, the goalie? How did you feel about that?
Well, I can answer this. Darren, do you want to answer it?
I didn't hear it.
Okay. He was asking how he felt about the backup goalie.
Oh, I was wondering about that.
Here's my answer was he looked fucking good. He looked solid.
Yeah.
I thought like there was 1 or 2 moments where there was some miscommunication where it was clear that he wasn't used to playing with them, but he made a couple of big saves where I was like, oh, I kind of trust this guy. Like he made 2 saves that would have been goals, I think. I don't know. What do you think, Rancho?
I definitely thought like just first half, second half were just night and day for me watching. First half gave me like just bad vibes. Like he punched like Chiellini at one point, in the face. I don't know if you saw that.
Hold on. Darren has brought in a friend.
I got Mario Salazar here from the comments to the live stream. Hold on, I gotta figure out how to. No, you can't hear. Can you hear?
I'm hearing the live stream.
It's so funny. Mario is the first person to both be on the stream and comment simultaneously. Mario, nice to meet you. Now they can't hear us. Yeah.
We're gonna make it happen.
This is what happens when you do. We're at the cutting edge of technology.
All right, guys. How's it going?
Mario, great to see you, man.
How's it going?
What was the vibe in the stadium, Mario?
Oh, it was off, just fucking crazy. The hat trick was just. You picked the wrong game to not come to, Travis.
Yes.
I mean, Darren got like 100% of like the deal on this one.
Well,
and he got paid. He got paid.
And I gave him my tickets, and he made fucking $80 or whatever. Absolute nightmare day for Travis.
Great
Mario, do you have
job,
any
guys.
happy or sad foot?
I mean, obviously, happy foot. We got the
blast.
the hat trick here. Sad foot. It's not on TV. You wouldn't see it, but for some reason, there was a guy with a fucking gas blower blowing the grass for some reason in front of us after the match. I have no idea why. We couldn't hear the 32-52 after that, but yeah.
He was like
the game for me was pretty fun.
He was blowing. There was a man with a leaf blower blowing the grass in front of you.
Yeah, like full on gas leaf blower, just blowing the grass for some reason. I have no idea why, and he was just walking by.
Cool.
Hey, man's on the job, man. You gotta get paid somehow.
He really has to. He's got a date tonight, and so he has to start really early in his blowing of the grass. Yeah, Rancho was saying just that Jakupovic. How do you say Jakupovic? Something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Was like, yeah, the first half he looked a little bit off, and then the second half looked much better, and I agree with that. But you said he punched Chiellini?
Yeah, I think he was trying to punch the ball away for a sec. I think it was just really toward the end of the first half, and it looked so, it just gave me bad vibes. And seeing him, Chiellini, drop to the ground, they get, realized like, oh, okay, we're good here, but it was just unfortunate. I was just not feeling good for it. But no, he came through the second half and really, I felt a little safer afterward, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, it didn't feel like the way that it felt. We went, Andrew just said this in the comments. We went from having terrible keepers for 3 years to having 3 keepers I feel confident in. Like Max, obviously, I feel the most confident in. But
sure.
I give McCarthy a hard time because I think he makes dumb decisions. But I think he's still a really good keeper, and I feel very comfortable with him. Like the proof is in the fact that not many people have scored on us.
Right,
I can't be too mad at him, even if he makes dumb decisions.
Right.
Let me see what else I got in my notes. I thought at the beginning, before we started scoring, our possession looked bad without Ilie, but then I do think it got better as time went on. But I think that's mainly because Cifu looked like fucking shit.
Yeah, and even the announcers were saying it, like Cifu and Tillman were kind of non-existent for the first quarter of the game at least. So
yeah.
Once they kind of got involved and once they proved to be a little more consistent, understanding Austin's offense and stuff, it improved. But no, Tillman
was sort of non-existent for a lot of the night too, I felt like, which is surprising. He normally is pretty active.
Yeah, no. And let's see, what else you got on your end?
I put in my notes, that Brad Stuver, their goalie, looks like he stormed the Capitol. He just has the vibe. He has the vibe of a fascist, is what I'm saying.
He's in California. He must feel uncomfortable for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
Well, and I also wrote down that Joe Rogan is a fan of Austin FC. I discovered, which is something we should use against Austin FC and all that.
Now rival podcasts to you guys. So.
Oh yes, 2 equally popular podcasts.
Yes.
One named after a podiatrist's office, and the Joe Rogan Experience.
I mean, it's just as good as I'd say Will Ferrell and all right. Oh my gosh.
Matthew McConaughey.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Andrew in the comments says he was nervous when he saw the starting lineup. I was sort of too, but I sort of got comfortable with us losing the game. It does seem like we're putting our best lineups in the Champions League. And I was like, okay, if we lose to Austin, it's not the biggest deal. But Bouanga's just not letting us lose. It's fucking incredible to watch.
Do you guys feel worried about his minutes?
I am a little worried that he could get burned out over time, but it does feel like the Champions League is short. It's going to be over in the next month. So hopefully we can give him some rest. But yeah, there's a world in which, Rancho, I like where your head's at. You're just as pessimistic as me. He's going to get injured is what you're implying.
This is my cue. To step in and say, that's bullshit. This guy's on another level. Seriously, this was easy for him. You don't understand. That was crazy. He had no problem doing that. He's gonna go home and maybe he'll play a pickup game before he gets home. He's fine. This man is fine.
I
It
also
feels unfair that he is playing in this league.
I
And
have
that
a
attractive.
feeling, yes, and that he's that good looking. I'm happy that other people are publicly now commenting on how hot he was, because I feel like we all knew it, and I just broke the seal of talking about how beautiful this man is and how I would like to leave my wife to be with him. So Darren, I have your notes up because you sent them to me and you can't
Oh
look at
yeah,
them. So here's
yeah.
I'm gonna read your notes to you,
We
okay?
might have gone over a couple things already. Please do.
Bouanga just pushing the goal button, which is, I think, a funny way to put it.
I just said that. Yeah.
Tillman launched a rocket. You said that. At 82nd minute, Acosta slide tackle, got control of the ball and kind of faked him out while still on the ground.
Yeah, that was cool. I've never seen anything like that before. He avoided a dangerous play. He slid, got the ball, avoided a dangerous play, and then like faked him out and kept the ball while still on the ground with the ball. I don't know. It just felt like it was nice to see a good moment from Acosta because he seems to fly under the radar so much. He looked good today.
Yeah, and I feel like some people were saying he seems sort of non-existent the last couple of games. So I think that that's a good sign that he looked good today. Other notes you had, nice to see Chiellini back on the pitch with fresh legs. I agree. I'm always so much more confident when he's out there.
There was a
Dueñas
moment when
getting
we
reps.
had.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there's a moment where like because of him, I'll say Austin seemed to have control of the ball in the midfield and they were kind of playing keep away. And then at a certain point, it became clear that they were only doing that because they had no recourse. Like they couldn't take it any further. So
Yeah.
we were just kind of being like, yeah, go ahead, but you're not going to get any further than this. I just felt at that moment it was just like, okay, this is like complete lockdown. They had a few chances in the beginning of the first half. And after that, it was just like, you're just not going to get. It's just not going to happen for you guys.
He's so joyful when he's out there too. Like I am an old man who can barely move, and he's 3 years older than me.
No.
And he's like, he is doing such a good job at being 38 years old. It's crazy.
Good job at being 38.
I don't know anyone who's doing a
love
better
that.
job at being 38. That
He's
said,
doing it.
he looks like he's 50 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy that he's 38. I would have guessed a lot older. It's still impressive, but I would have guessed a lot older for sure.
Also, you have it on here. I wanted to bring up Maldonado had a great game, played a full 90.
Yeah, full 90.
We haven't seen a lot from him, and he looked great out there.
You know, I thought that might have been what was going to happen because the LAFC Instagram or something like that, they posted some kind of like profile of him, and I was like, this is a weird out of place. Earlier this week, they posted something about him, and it was like, why are you posting an interview with Maldonado just like out of the blue? And I never connected the dots, and then I saw him in the lineup, and I was like, oh, that was the plan. Okay, great.
I like also when there's players that the bank doesn't, or excuse me, BMO doesn't know, and they announce their names at the beginning of the game. It's just so funny to hear their voices drop off. It's like Denis Bouanga.
Yeah, I also just love seeing Dueñas get not only some playing time, but also some like legit chances.
Yeah. Couple of comments.
Small enough to be the next Blessing, maybe.
He seems like he's more talented than Latif Blessing.
Just aesthetically.
Just stature wise.
Yes,
which
we're
is
just
important.
talking pure Yoshi, as you called Latif.
Yes. We need a Yoshi on the team. Which, I'll say on a related note, because it's a decent segue. One of my sad feet, it's not really a sad foot, but Austin FC had two guys with dyed hair. And I really think soccer is a sport where one is absolutely okay, but more than one, I don't think is allowed, right?
Yeah. I do think that breaks some sort of FIFA rule. You can have weird haircuts, but two guys with dyed hair, red card, straight red.
Yeah, I feel like one is absolutely celebrated and two is not allowed.
See, I thought you were going to talk. Speaking of Yoshi, you're going to talk about the Mario movie. But
I saw the Mario movie. We could talk the Mario movie if you want. Did you see it?
No, I have not. But I just assumed Darren did. He was just going to go. Speaking of Yoshi,
Yoshi's in it for 30 seconds. He's barely in it, and the movie is fun but not good, is what I would say. It's only 90 minutes, so it's worth seeing. It was fun. It just wasn't. The D&D movie was much better. The D&D movie fucking ruled. If you have a chance to see the D&D movie, go see it.
That I did see.
It's great, right?
I enjoyed. I laughed for sure. I definitely laughed.
All right, let me get to some of these comments that we were missing. Jeffrey Steck says, "Hey Mario, Mario's long gone." Hoping STL can handle Seattle tonight. That's going to be a really fun game to see what happens. Top two teams in the West. I think I am also rooting for St. Louis City, as they insist on being called, to win. I think it's fun that they're doing well. I don't actually think that they're a threat to us, so it's cool to see a new expansion franchise do well. AO says, "Happy Foot Tapestry. It's back, baby." Sad Foot, not 6 goals. I agree. That is a sad foot. Jeffrey also wants to know if we'll be in Carson. So next week, Darren is going to be in Las Vegas. And because of that,
Is that not where the game is?
No, unfortunately, Darren, the game's in Carson, which is as different from Las Vegas as you could get. There's actually, based on the number of atomic bombs that have been dropped outside of Las Vegas by government testing, I feel like the air quality is about the same in Austin and Carson.
Yeah, I make all of my travel plans based on air quality data.
Air quality.
They asked me where I wanted my flight to go, and I just put in the air quality number that I wanted, thinking that it would get me Carson.
But
because I figured you have to fly to Carson, right? No, I ended up in Vegas.
But because Darren's going to be in Vegas, I have to run the live stream from a computer. So I'm going to be doing it from home. So we'll not be joining you guys in Carson, but I can't wait to hear all about it and call in from the game, please. Cause I wish I was going. It'll be, I hope it's our first win in Carson. We've yet to win in that stadium, and it feels like it's time. It's fucking time.
You don't win in that stadium, even if you win the soccer game that's happening. It's not.
Yeah.
You don't. Nobody wins.
Well, you
Nobody
lose
really
a few
wins.
years off your life from all of the chemicals in the air.
But I think you can reverse that if you just take enough Herbalife. You should be fine, I think.
Yes, if you take enough of the sand pills that Herbalife sells.
That's what they tell me. Yeah.
Andrew Bauer said, "I was pretty inspired when I watched Bouanga's post-game interview after the game that he flew in for. He was so in shape. I say we ride this wave. Vela 2019 vibes." It does sort of feel like Vela 2019 a little bit, where it's just a player who is so much better than everyone else in the fucking league.
I have a hot take on this.
Go, Darren, go.
Vela, I'm just going to say, I'll state for the record, I trust Vela. I think he's just waiting for the time that he is needed most. I think he's getting a little older and maybe a little slower, but like he knows come playoffs, come Champions League finals, he's going to be Vela. I think we'll be okay, and he'll be okay. He's still got moments. I trust him for now.
Rancho, how do you feel about Carlos Vela and his absence from the games so far?
This game, I really didn't feel him absent. Like, he had a lot of assists, great passes, creativity, but the receiving end of his passes were, Cifu, and they fizzled out.
Yeah.
It was just, if it was, oh hey, so speaking of, let's go to our segment of would Chicho have made that goal? Maybe, I think so, but
Rancho for podcast host.
Yeah, Rancho, you're making it. One day, one of us won't be here, and it'll be you, and no one will notice a difference.
Yeah, as long as I have my little book. No,
he's absolutely right though. Vela didn't come in until the 60th minute, and he was still active.
Yeah,
still active. I mean, that helps. That helps make it so he could be more active. But he was active when he got in.
He took his Herbalife before, and then he was still active. Once he got on. Yeah.
Do you think it's a banned substance in the league? Like, will you get in trouble if you take it?
There are some vitamins, multivitamins that get picked up on those tests. It would be interesting to find out. Like athletic greens, I've tried those athletic greens things because I've worked in podcasting. So you get free Simply Safe and you get free athletic greens. And it does say on it, no banned substances are in athletic greens. So Sorry.
So no mongoose liver or something that's just gonna get red flags all across. Like
they're at least not putting it on the on the label. I do think for people who are worried about Bouanga's minutes, I think he's not because we're up 3-0 on Vancouver. I don't think he's going to start on Tuesday. I think we're going to have our starting lineup outside of Bouanga, and he'll probably come in at the end of the game. But we don't need goals, so like there's not a real reason for him to start that game for us.
I'd be okay with that. 100% okay with that. He's been clocking in 90 or 60 plus most games, and while we have the results for that, it's, I think, like you said, up 3 at the quote unquote half. I think we can let up a little bit and let some guys in again. And like as you guys said, I think in your first episode or so, a couple episodes, was manufacturing depth at this point. Being able to put in new guys, first time players, young guys, and just get them the minutes, and get them the ability built in.
Yeah, and I feel that way about Stipe a little bit, where I'm like, I have hope in him because he's a 20-year-old kid with a bunch of raw talent who just moved to a new continent for the first time. Like, of course you're going to be a little in your head. You're away from your family. You're a kid.
For sure. Yeah. You can't drink, you're just nothing to take the edge off. No, you're he's in California. He'll find something.
Yeah,
but
and I'm sure in Croatia they start him young.
Well, part of why it seems so frustrating that he can't finish is that he's creating so many opportunities for himself. Like I've never seen such a ratio of like created opportunities to lack of finishing. That's why it's so astounding.
It seems so obvious he's in his head for that reason, because it's like he'll play, and when he's doing it like organically and naturally, he'll do incredible things. And then the last minute, when he knows he has to do the right thing, you could just tell that he gets the yips. And I think like if he just gets one fucking pure goal, he'll feel so much better. Like that goal he got was not a pure goal.
I was just about to say, that's the thing. That one goal he had fell in his lap.
Yeah.
And I know he's like looking for the assists too. Like he's got great vision in the box, but I feel like, again, like you said, something would just got to be with chemistry for sure. Once you play, get your time with your team, which is a rotating, carousel of guys, because you have that depth. So, he's getting different play time with different players, and for him to just be able to, understand the motion, I guess, but that's what he's got it.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like one or two moments where I realized like we have some new leaders on the team, which felt cool. Like there was a moment where Bouanga was like waving for Opoku and Buke to press harder.
Right.
And I was like, oh, Bouanga's taking charge of the team. I also noticed Palencia seems so calm and comfortable out there. Like Palencia really feels like somebody that we can lean on. And also Chiellini being our captain for 60 minutes is fucking insane. That Giorgio Chiellini is the captain of our team.
It felt good. It felt safe. I felt good.
Cool.
Like, I'll be able to see good, like just knowing.
On Palencia, there was one moment where he kind of got sent up into the air and landed on his back. And then I think he thought that he was acting so much better than he was. Like he tried to sell it as more than just, oh, you fell on your back. He tried to make it like, oh my God, that should have been a red card or something.
Yeah.
And I think he thought it was going well, and it was like the worst acting. I think that's like, if I have one note for Palencia, it's like work on the flaw. At least know how good or bad it's looking. There was one point where he was still kind of like floundering around on the ground, and it was like they had played the replay, and it was clear that it was nothing there, and he was still like, I'm selling this really well. I think it's happening.
Darren, and you didn't call 911? Like you saw this in front of you, you didn't call 911?
That's what he wanted me to do, and I was like, no, I'm calling your bluff.
It's
call
on the
back. Call helicopter goes in over BMO, just pull him out of there, man.
Daniel calls Giorgio Chiellini Captain Cappuccino, which I think is a beautiful nickname.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And he also said Stipe should have a hat trick every game, which is, it really does feel like that. I feel like we're getting some good stuff, but any other happy foots or sad foots as we sort of wind down, we start to hit towards our 30-minute territory. Darren, anything we didn't say?
Sad foot, the field looked overwatered.
Overwatered.
I'm gonna complain about the fields every game if I can.
Is that, well, I know that they do that to make it so there's less injuries. Like you can't get as
Maybe it was just weird because like the
but
first half,
Sorry, go ahead. Mario said they did that weird leaf blower. I wonder if that's why.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. The whole first half, it was like every time you saw someone step on the field or the ball bouncing or anything like that, there was a big splash. Like it was like it seemed like they were having trouble out there.
That's funny.
Maybe he had a hair dryer just to dry it out.
But also,
a little bit.
this is my first game seeing at the stadium this season. Maybe that's normal. Maybe I'm not.
I have a feeling maybe they water it a bunch, and it's been so rainy in LA that maybe they're just not used to it.
Yeah,
it was great. The field was juicy.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. It was. I will just say it was great. Shout out to my co-host, my benefactor, my sponsor, for making it possible for me to be at this game live. It was great. Yeah. Also, shout out to I ran into John Quirk at the game. A Happy Foot Sad Foot listener. He probably is not in the comments, but usually is. Probably is not because he was here. Shout out to John.
It's cool that you ran into a few people. You just saw Mario. You saw John Quirk. You ran into Josh Lee from Tigers.
Happy Foot Sad Foot Strong at the game.
I'm just waiting for Travis to bring some guys
many feet
on the side.
Ayo has been here the whole time next to
yeah. Hey, Denny, come in here for a quick sec.
Rancho, anything in your notes you want to get to before we start to wrap it up?
No, it's good for me here. A lot of it was just Cifu, just name written, in just crazy person writing. But no, we're good. Yeah.
In what has been a like beautiful season, Cifu remains like the one dark cloud so far over this team. Like I don't know. I really felt like Cifu had bought in, and it feels sad in the way that it felt sad when Diego Rossi started to was it Diego Rossi or was it Atuesta? One of the like a season or two ago before they got sold, they just seemed like they weren't trying as hard. I think maybe it was Diego, and it just started to feel a little bit sad to watch them play because we felt like they were on board with us, and I don't know. It's a bummer that Cifu clearly is not bought in on this team that he was so bought in.
No, I hate to nitpick on a 3-0 win.
That's what we're all about.
It was a great. We got the Bouanga blast, and I think that's that's a beautiful thing.
The Buke.
Make it stick. Make it stick.
Make it stick. It's gonna.
The Bouanga blast will be a famous LAFC thing that was named by a person who did not watch the game.
Exactly. Context clues.
It's just, that is a bummer. And I want to say this is a complaint safe space. No matter how successful this podcast gets, and no matter Ilie Sanchez follows me on Instagram now, and I just want to say I'm still going to talk shit about the team when I want to talk shit about the team.
What a get.
I was so excited that Ilie was following me. Jesus.
I mean, those shirtless pics, man, they'll attract anybody,
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, well, I think, Rancho, thanks so much for hanging out. Like, it was so rad to have you come back whenever you want.
Thanks for joining us, Rancho.
No, I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you so much.
And again, everybody else here, like anytime you want to chat, feel free to jump on. Like, we love having you. We love talking to you, and you don't have to be as prepared as Rancho. Rancho is very prepared for that.
He went for it, and he got it.
I want him to truly did more work than I did for this. Oh, and Marshall brings up one thing that I want to say really quickly is that there were MVP chants on the stadium really loud for Bouanga. I heard it on the broadcast. And
I was wondering that. I got a video of the tail end of that. I was going to post it on the Instagram. That was loud. That was loud.
It was cool. And also the 3252 introduced a new chant. They did a brand new chant.
I got a video of that too.
I'm so happy that new things are getting cycled in. We've talked about it on the show before. It feels good. And I feel like, all we need is that Bouanga tequila song to happen. Darren, this is so fun. As always, we do these post-game live streams after every game. Subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe to the YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube right now, give us a thumbs up. It really helps us find other people find us. Subscribe to us on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. we'll be back with a post-game show after the Vancouver game, and then a preview for our Carson matchup next week. Darren, anything you want to say?
No. Thanks so much for watching and listening. If you see us at the games, it was great to run into you guys. Come say hi. It's a lot of fun. Just thanks for all the support.
Darren, it's been. Wait, hold on. Spencer Porter has joined. As we're saying goodbye.
No,
Spencer,
I need to get in. I'm in a car.
Spencer Porter, it's extra time.
Car on the podcast.
In injury time.
In injury time. I do.
Injury time is you getting injured from the car accident.
At the death, Spencer Porter. Spencer, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It was my first game that we were there. It was great. The MVP chants were great.
I didn't know you were there. Why didn't you come see me?
I got a lot of friends. A lot of friends.
Oh, I just didn't make the list. I was too far down. I get it.
No, you get it. I was really impressed with the team. We did great. Quickly, my thoughts were we did the high press and it was great. And what was weird is that I was sitting behind the goal, and they were practicing their keeper distribution before the game, and I think they were expecting it, and they still weren't very good at it. And yeah, we dominated them there, even without what's his name, the Barcelona guy who follows Travis on Instagram.
Ilya Sanchez.
Yeah, thank you. So
wow.
we did a great
my
job.
close personal friend, Ilya Sanchez.
Personal friend, Ilya Sanchez. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Darren for having multiple children. All right.
Yeah. Say hi to your kids in the car.
I can't wait for the Ilya Sanchez unfollow.
My wife specifically asked that I do not show her on camera, so I will not show her.
Okay.
Kids were happy. Darren, your hair, I don't know. We can talk about it.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. You gave me a happy foot for my hair. Are you saying Darren's hair is the sad foot?
I think so.
Spencer, you're pretty fixated on hair.
I can't see it.
Look, it's got a mind of its own.
I'm the In-N-Out drive-through.
I gotta be honest. I truly just.
Bye, Spencer. Thank you for calling in.
See you later, Spencer.
My pleasure.
I truly just don't. I don't care.
I like your hair, Darren. Spencer
Thanks,
can eat a dick. I hope his kids heard that. Well,
I would say I would say kudos for actually adding something. Like that was actually a new thing to add. He was really making it hard on himself coming in at the last minute there. He had to say something that was actually new, and he did.
Oh, Daniel just put in the comments that Douglas Costa got a red card on the sidelines for the Carson Galaxy, so he's going to miss the LAFC match next weekend. Martin Caceres, too. Very funny that they're
breaking news. We're breaking news on the podcast.
Something, I don't know what happened, but I saw someone post that there was 21 minutes of extra time in the New York Red Bull game. What the fuck? I don't know what happened, but they had 20. Like, was there a terrorist attack? What happened?
I don't know. That just saying that it happened is also another piece of breaking news because we're the foremost MLS news podcast. So I think it's good that we are doing that.
People come to us to get information.
And it's the people in the comments who are listening to our podcast who are really our research team of journalists who are out there in the field gathering all of the intel. There's just nobody who has a team as extensive as us who is really out there digging everything up the way that we are. So,
Darren, I think you should give some of your bet that you cashed to all of our field reporters because they're working unpaid.
I think that, no problem. Let's.
Oh, okay. Daniel says that the San Jose thing, there was some racism to one of the San Jose players, so they stopped play, which is why there was 21 minutes.
There was racism.
There was like some chant. There was either a chant. This fucking ring light goes dead so fast. I hate this thing. I guess there was some.
That's why you gotta just use the sunset, baby.
Yeah, you look. This is beautiful. Also, I want you to say. Ao says that Darren's hair is magical.
Oh, thank you, Ao.
Don't worry about what that punk Spencer has to say.
It does not bother me. I'm 36 years old. I'm not trying to look good.
Wait, the racism thing might be untrue. MJ said 21 minutes because a bobcat got on the field and animal control didn't know what to do.
What?
So
we've got a
if
game.
You're listening,
this is a game on the podcast. This is a segment we don't normally do on post-game live streams, but this is a straight game right now.
Or Bobcat?
Racism or Bobcat is the newest segment on Happy for Sad Foot. I can't wait for the next installment.
All right, everyone, this has been so fun. This has been so wonderful. We've wrapped up the podcast 10 minutes ago. So if you're still listening, thanks for listening. You're muted, Darren. If I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying this is extra time. That's what happens when you wrap up the podcast, but people are still sticking around. You made it to extra time. This is the true fans.
The Spencer was the Bobcat or racism that has extended us further. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. We'll be back in a couple days. I'll be at the game, the Vancouver game. So if you see me, say hello. Darren will not be. And I think soon we figured out a way that we can both be at the games together, but we're not going to say that just yet, but we're excited that we're both going to finally be able to go to games. We love you. We love you. We love you. I love you.
I love you. See you at BMO.
See you at BMO, baby. I love you.
I love you.
All right. Now this is my first time running the stream. How do I turn it off?